Hey, Geekscapists, wow, Geekscapes. Um, when I said I was going to try to do news stories on the YouTube channel, I really mostly thought I would be talking about what we've done so far, which is like what movies won awards and trailer drops and stuff. And I didn't appropriately plan for the fact that sometimes we'd have to report some really sad news. If you're a fan of Geekscape, you are probably a fan of David Lynch, one of the most creative, outside of the box filmmakers of all time, and a big influence on my horror movie night co-host Kyle. So Kyle, I wanted you to come and join me here on this because you are one of the biggest Lynch fans I know.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Matt. I'm happy to talk about him because I think I'm going to be talking about him and reflecting on him a lot. This is maybe 2 hours after we've gotten, probably less than that, since I saw the news.
And you're the first one to break the news to me, so
yeah. And David Lynch is, you'll keep seeing this word a lot, I'm sure, singular. Like, he is singular, and it's crazy because we as not just filmmakers, but as if you are an artist of any sort, like any medium, he has touched your medium in some capacity and has probably influenced you directly or through another thing. And when the word Lynchian gets thrown around, it's not in the same way that something like Hitchcockian or Orwellian get tossed around. Like, those are styles of a thing, and Lynchian is permission to be a thing and to explore a thing. And Lynchian, to me, has meant like the ability to explore a level of conscience or a dream or a thing that is not so tangible, something that is not so structured, something that can still be looked at, that is both personal or supernatural, or any of those things can be explored in a certain way. So while Lynch is a singular voice, being Lynchian, or what Lynchian has inspired, has actually been more permission to explore that stuff. And he's influenced me in an incredible way, as he's influenced so countless others, whether it be as watchers or creators or whatever. It's a huge loss. And because of that, go ahead, Matt. Sorry.
No, well, I was gonna say that we got the announcement today. He was just 4 days away from turning 79. Not too long ago, it was just a few months ago where we got the news that the years of smoking had kind of caught up with him, and that a bunch of his projects were starting to fall through. But as you said when we were texting, I don't think really anybody expected it to be this quick of a turnaround. It was August of 2024 that he announced that he was sick, and that things weren't going great, and Netflix deals had fallen through, and I think in the grand scheme that's not new for David Lynch. I'm looking at his Wikipedia right now, and something that jumped out at me is very interesting, but also on brand for David Lynch, is from 1977 until now, until 2025. There are only 2 times that he produced something for the same company. Yeah. Like Dune and Mulholland Drive both were Universal releases. And after Twin Peaks, he did a very short-lived sitcom called On the Air for ABC. Outside of that, he was constantly changing with studios and channel, because he was kind of the guy that went by the beat of his own drum with everything.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't have been the type of creator to get locked in to a multi-picture deal. He was the type of guy who would make Lost Highway and then follow it up with a PG Disney movie before going into Mulholland Drive. Like you said, he constantly was going outside of the circle, and truly one of those personalities that had the I'm not going to explain this to you
Yep.
attitude
Yeah.
with
Yeah, absolutely.
filmmaking.
Which is crazy because to have that line for so long, to have that party line for so long and be consistent, not in his output, but in his sort of moral code to not have to do that and explain that. Especially in this business and especially in this time, like not even, try to think about doing that now as a filmmaker. Like I don't know if there could be another person who could just come out and be like, nah, I'm not gonna dive into what this means.
Yeah.
Especially with social media and the way that we talk about films now, like what we expect of films. I just think of all the videos of first reactions or of like trailer reactions, stuff that we do. This is
Yeah.
what we love to dig into, but there's no there would be no there's a lot of pressure on filmmakers to explain a thing. David Lynch had never done that, and I think I per my normal horror movie night gimmick, I did grab a Heineken to have along with this. Oh no, I didn't. Heineken, fuck that shit. Pabst Blue Ribbon, in honor of Blue Velvet, which is an all-time favorite of mine. It's what I've often referred to as my favorite Lynch film. Every film school paper that I got to choose a film to write about that was pertinent was Blue Velvet. This is for David Lynch.
Well, Kyle, thank you for being able to come on here and talk about this with me, because I know that this is, one of your legitimate cinematic heroes.
This was hard. I don't react this strongly or feel this strongly for a lot of artists and people I don't know, and you know what I mean. Like I art is so important to me, but I also have this understanding that I don't know these people. But David Lynch was just so formative, and not just directly formative again, but just the branches, the roots, and then the branches that come from this tree are fucking enormous. He's a redwood. It's yeah. Thank you for having me ramble on. Excuse me about.
Not a problem at all. Rest in peace. One of the most visionary minds that cinema has ever seen. Hopefully, next time we have a news story, it's for the normal, optimistic, fun speculation type of things. But you will certainly be missed, Mr. Lynch.